talk because it's going to be really boring. There's not a lot
No,
here.
that doesn't do very much.
Oh, wow. It's pretty good, though. It definitely blinds me.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Okay, so, oh my god, this is, I need to start filming you guys. This is ridiculous.
This is our film crew here. We need a boom mic.
I know.
Yeah.
God, it's like horrible lighting in here. Yeah. Minimize anything. Yeah, so you might want to start over and
We're going.
take it.
Just roll with
We're
it.
just going. Okay, because we're not. If we upload this, it's gonna be one take. Okay, so but I need you guys to talk back, just like my pretend camera's not going, because I actually want feedback.
That's a stupid idea, Charlie.
Okay.
Just roll with it.
So yeah, the current Infestation is, I mean, it's a prototype, but like there's obviously, it's not very interesting because you can just, all you do is you just drop stuff down in range, and like one commander will pretty much be the same as another. You'll never see any like personal style or personal just customization or choice or difference between commanders. So I want to, before we spend real dev time like doing the, you know, the real Infestation technology, I want to make sure that the prototype works well. Like I don't want to waste, we don't have time to waste on this stuff. So I wanted to prototype something quickly. And so there's this, you guys know about processing. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, Brian, I think you're the one that taught me about it. So processing is a way to quickly prototype stuff in Java. So the first idea was to like make it so instead of just Infestation being in range, like if you could actually do the longer you went away.
The video?
Yeah,
Yep.
Can you see that? The farther away you go, the thinner the Infestation patch is, which is what
makes
that
sense,
gray thing
it would
is.
take more energy
To go farther.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you can either go far and thin, or you can go short and wide. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like I guess I like that idea. It feels really cool to like pull the mouse back and forth like that. Like it's very juicy to have that there.
Right.
And some of the Infestation networks, I mean, I guess you can get something kind of interesting. I can tweak these values to be a little more interesting.
Especially if you're around something important like a hive, you might tend to put down a lot of stronger.
Right.
sys.
Could you reinforce it when you actually do network? Like if you connect stuff back to the a node that already like that.
Currently, in this model, you can't. But you're right. That's kind of what I realized. You need to be able to reinforce areas. And this is kind of interesting. I like the idea. What do you guys think? In general, like regardless of the implementation, exactly what do you think about the idea? Of
Well, what I like about it is Commander right off the start would have two choices to make. To make a really fast, maybe get to 2 resource towers really quickly.
Right.
But the Marine team would be able to very easily sever the connection. Where if they dedicated more of their resources to one side, they could build more sys and make it stronger on one side. So that automatically is a much
Like
more
this.
interesting decision.
Yeah, like data core, you could stretch the data core really fast.
Right.
But you have like a tiny, like maybe 1 foot wide patch of Infestation. And once we have more gameplay effects for the aliens on Infestation, maybe it's really hard for them to get on the Infestation to get healed or whatever.
But also,
So I can see-
with this method, this could just dictate kind of the starting strength of it. I mean, over time, these connections between the sys might grow and become more kind of powerful or bigger.
Oh, right.
So this could just indicate the initial
Just
starting
like the
position.
first couple minutes or
Right.
something. Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know what effects that would have on the
I mean, either that or you can reinforce it with extra assists in between. So you start off with a thin line, and then you can backfill
That's
it
true.
later.
You fill in the middle.
So
and
that
then
it's not free,
bigger.
so you still have to pay the resources for it, maybe.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you should change your prototype so that when you like
When
if
you
you,
can-
if you were
you
to
can
put
connect those two.
if you were to put a assist like right in the middle here, what happens?
Nothing.
So you should make it so it could automatically know to
Oh.
connect between here, and then it'll grow that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if it's on that line,
If
it
it's
will
in close enough,
bulk it up.
Yeah, if it's close
That's an
enough,
interesting
it'll
idea.
kind of just exactly.
Okay, I'll try that. It's funny that you said, okay, so that was the first idea. And then the second idea was basically what you just mentioned, which is you need to be able to reinforce this.
I like the idea of building up a network with those.
Me too. I mean, the network is.
I don't know why, but it's
just
Programmers
it's-
love graphs and
like-
networks. And,
Well, I think it's very gamey too to like have these. I mean, like you were saying, World of Goo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like it's cool that build that.
they built a
network.
whole game on
Something like this
squishy
actually.
networks of
And seeing how they link and so then I thought like it'd be cool. Let's see. So this one is where you can reinforce nodes. This I don't have the stretching thing in it.
right.
So but if I click here, actually let me This one it does multiple nodes, which is actually really cool from just a user perspective.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks cool and it feels really cool.
So what would that indicate? What would that assist? Would that be stronger because it's connected to more?
It's actually not, but these are actually where the vines shoot out. But if I upgrade this, it makes these new connections because this one in this prototype I can upgrade or decrease those. And I like
that's
that
great because then one sys going down has no effect on the network as a whole.
If you reinforce that and then
Right.
you kill, let's see, I don't know, maybe what would you have to kill?
That's probably not this.
Yeah.
That one there's
Okay, like there, if I kill this, the whole thing goes down.
Right.
But if I have this, well, I guess if I reinforce it, the idea is that it would actually be harder to kill that sys now.
Yeah, reinforce that one
like
and then
this
kill
one?
that one.
Yeah, there you go.
And now
there you
kill
go.
3. Network's the same.
And now this still connects. So
that's cool.
exactly.
And those two combine easily, right? I mean, that's...
And that was the third approach, actually. So that what I like about this is the multiple connection.
I
and
like that.
This is just like fun as hell. Like I just sat here like doing
But
this
what's
thing
the
forever.
scale of this? Like, how many of these nodes would be in a room?
Probably just needs to be
I don't know.
tested,
Probably,
right?
yeah. I don't really know.
I mean, is this like as if we were zoomed out looking at the entire map? Or is this like
probably,
one room?
yeah. That might
Maybe
be close.
this is Alien Start and Summit. This is what's the room there, and then this is the other hive room.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really know.
It might be useful to get the map,
Us-
kind of mini map drawn on that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the
Just
trick
take a
is
screenshot of the map.
our maps are so constrained. We have these like tight corridors. So I mean, you're not going to get nearly as much connectivity as you do here. So I mean that. But it would be kind of cool. Like, what if the vine could actually shoot like around corners and stuff, and like over crates? So like when I upgrade one of the nodes, it suddenly like snaked through a vent and like connected to like something nearby. Actually, be really cool. I know it's like technically.
Well, no,
like,
vents always bother me.
Vents,
but-
yeah.
Come on,
okay.
Ryan, do it now.
I know what you're saying.
But what I think my favorite thing is I really like reinforcing nodes, and another reason I wanted to do reinforcing is that it gives the commander a lot more to do. Instead of just building in the end, instead of only being able to do things when you have enough resources to buy assist, you actually get to upgrade your system. That gives you
Would
that
that be
gives
like
you so
does
many
this
more.
have energy, or would you just kind
Something
of have
like
some
that.
resources that
I
you
think that probably system would have energy, so you can
They
upgrade
also heal you more if you're in
quite
a
possibly. I think suddenly the commander has tons. And what if he could actually pop nodes? Like, what if it actually made sense to optimize the network? Where, like, once he built up, he didn't want all these connections for some reason, but he might realize, oh, if I rebuild here, I can get rid of all these extra redundant
That would
nodes.
work if it gave you back.
There you go. Yeah, or if you could blow them up. I thought it'd be really cool if Alien Com could just sacrifice assist and have it blow up to do like a little bit of splash damage or like an increased damage. If a Marine got splashed on, then a Skulk bit them and did extra damage. So he didn't actually do the damage, but he'd know, okay, now's a good time to sacrifice
Well,
this.
especially
and
if a
fix
Marine
into
is
my-
about to pop it anyway.
There you go, and he's on top of it, and just like pop it.
It's like comparable to recycling on the Marine side.
Yeah, exactly, but like more of a
Yeah.
supporting role. So that was that one. Then I put those two together because I like both of those, but this one is a little messier looking. So you can see now you have this part of it,
The vines growing.
I put in the vines growing. So you get an idea of, and then actually it's also growing. The infestation grows over time. The thickness of whatever this was. So you kind of get an idea of what. You're creating multiple patches of infestation, and then depending how far away you go, dictates the width of it. And then if you upgrade, that actually, again, those vines lash out,
Right.
which I think is
That's
cool.
just kind of based on distance. Or
And actually, because this one's a level 3 now, it actually puts infestation bigger around that node compared to this one. Is level 1s, I don't draw the number, but it's like now actually, if you see, it's kind of hard to describe, but like. Because that's a level 3, I actually get more infestation out of it. Like this is farther away, and I get more infestation.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
You can kind of see that. Like,
And will this line grow to that same thickness as what you were?
it will, yeah. Whatever the thickness
Kind of
is,
that
is what it
ghost
grows to. Yep,
illusion.
you can see it grows right there. So I really like the direction of this. I'm still not totally sure it's going to work in our levels.
How would you visualize that for the commander? Would you actually draw
Something
this
like
graph?
this, yeah, but something not. I mean, when you draw these additively, it gets really confusing.
Yep.
It should all just be the same color.
We're going to do a Java interpreter in the game and
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
implement
just
this
put it
API.
in.
Exactly.
It's trivial.
Yeah, it's trivial. Well, the cool thing is this is only like 100 lines of Java. So I mean, in theory, if you have the right primitives, you can.
So like 5 lines of Lua then?
Like about a couple hundred lines of Lua. I really like the multiple vines shooting out. I think that is just cool as hell. And I really like this grabbing thing.
Well, you know, if with the whole idea of them kind of being able to level up by the commander, you might, just for the sake of maintaining the network, in a smaller room or a corridor, you might still drop multiple weaker sys down, just so that there's not a single point of failure in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then on maybe a longer corridor, you might have like 2 really upgraded sys that could withstand a lot of punishment.
Right.
So you could kind of combine the 2 different, you know, either upgrade a few or put down a lot of weak ones, depending on the circumstance in the map.
Right.
I don't know how that would play out, but I could see that being a factor. We decided
And that would be
how to-
ideal if they were,
Yeah.
the commanders actually had reasons to do those 2 different scenarios.
Like I can imagine a small corridor, you know, like a long hallway, you might just like do a ladder almost of like 2, 2, 2, 2.
Right.
You know, just so there's like a lot of like zigzag connections and it's like super supported, but they're all really weak. So a Marine can just go there and start chopping them up.
But you'll know when
You'll
they're
know,
working on
yeah.
it.
So they might get 2 or 3 of them down, but 2 or 3 is maybe not
It's
enough
not
to
gonna be
sever
enough.
the network. Maybe
Right.
they needed 5 to sever the.
That's interesting. Corey had an idea where. Yeah, please, yeah. Switch. Corey had an idea where you could actually, if you went farther, it would not create any infestation, but it would create a vine. So you could stretch out. So like basically, you could build that first harvester at data core really fast without having to wait, but there'd be no infestation from there. I mean, there'd be some at the very end. What did you do? Oh,
Pretty well supported.
yeah, that's true. It's a total mess.
Checkerboard pattern.
I wish I had padding in here because I wish
There
I
would
could
have to be
do-
some limitation on like you can't put 12 sys in the same spot.
Well, I mean, you could, but
I
I
like
mean,
this.
yeah, I guess you would.
Although flamethrower would be able to
Yes, yeah, flamethrower just shoot
eliminate
through
this
that.
super quick.
Yeah. I mean,
Get a good
that'd
angle
just be
there.
a huge
Yeah.
waste, right? Huge waste of resources if you did that, and you don't want the commander to be able to.
Yeah, well, if
Do
you're
stupid
doing
stuff.
something like that, presumably there's another area of the map that you're ignoring.
True, but you don't want to make it too easy for them to like mess up your whole team, like doing something stupid, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
that'll just need to be play tested.
I think, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
we could
interesting.
fix those issues.
It would be interesting if there is an advantage to, if you fill in corridor like this, which is cheap, or if you fill it with this kind of lattice structure. I don't know what the advantage would be other than the fact that you need to destroy 2 things
right.
for each node, but it sounds like it would be nice if there is that trade-off.
Right.
Could we make it so if you make constellations, it does spells,
Yeah, no kidding.
magic spells?
Yeah. I like that idea.
Right? So this versus this.
Right.
Also, people will be able to draw stuff with this, you realize?
Yeah, that's true. Penis artwork on the mini map.
Don't give me ideas.
I know, it's too
I don't
late.
have to.
Cat's out of the bag.
Exactly. And you can
I
right
like
click
this.
to delete. I don't know. So I mean, I also like the idea of. I really like the idea of the infestation getting a boost if it encounters a dead body, either marine or alien, because suddenly the feedback loops are really wild. Like
The infestations grow faster while it's chewing up the body.
it would just grow over it. You would see it just like you would just get like a boost, a temporary boost, and you'd see like the little. Ideally, you'd actually see like the last pose of the marine, and also it's like, and then later, like 10 minutes later, you come back and you actually still see like a little tiny shape of. What
So I'm actually glad that we have technical limitations, because otherwise this game would just be so crazy, out of control.
That would be awesome. But what's really cool is then the aliens would try to entice the Marines to fight on the infestation, and the Marines are like, "We're not fighting on that. We know what happens when we go
It's
down
just
on
bad
that.
for them.
It's just bad."
It's bad.
So, but can you imagine how cool that would be? Like, you could actually sacrifice. Players might even sacrifice themselves just to get that boost of infestation. It might be what they need to reconnect the network.
Mm.
Like a battle might save
That'd
a
be cool.
harvester. Like how even if you lost the battle, it might save the harvester.
You turn like a gorge turns into a cyst when he dies or something.
Well, yeah, or the gorge could give more because he's so fat. He's so cool.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous, yeah, buxom.
So right now the growth or infestation doesn't do any damage to Marines as they walk over.
Correct.
Right?
It slows them down by 10%, and it makes them louder.
Would you consider?
I don't want to do damage. I don't think that's. I think it's be really irritating. But I'm pretty sure the infestation should just be the main mechanism that aliens heal.
But they're visible to all the aliens.
And they mark them on hive site, yeah, which is huge. But I think I want to remove the hive healing and then just make it all focused on the infestation. I mean, obviously the gorge can still heal, but besides that, and the crag. Actually, I think I might even remove the crag heal just because of this. Because if the infestation really is the main way of healing, A, it means you don't have to run back to base all the time, which I find highly irritating.
Yes. Oh, we have to think about the lurk. I guess if we gave the lurk enough of a bonus above it.
And right now, the infestation, it counts that you're on infestation when you're like a meter off the ground. So we'd want to add like a little bit of like puffy, like not spores, but like some kind of effect above the infestation every once in a while to try to show the height. That like if you're kind of within a meter, that you're still on the infestation.
Right.
So it's a little tricky for that, but I think that
could
would
make
really,
the crag heal just an active ability. So it's like a quick burst
I think that's
of
the
a
way
lot
to
of
do it.
health.
Or it heals your armor faster, and like your health is okay, but it's really about armor regeneration, which kind of looks like it would do that because it's so armor itself. And that would have some interesting side effects.